Hi guys, this is to continue with this previous video. Because of some technical glitches and some technical problems, the full video could not be sent. Sorry for that. Well, I was speaking of our scriptures, the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Puranas, the Bhagavad Gita, so many of them, and we are proud of them. I was speaking of the Vedic age, which is divided into three parts. First one Sanghita, second one Brahmana, and the third one is Aranyaka. Sanghita is the original Vedas. When they were written, very few could understand that. The Vedic Sanskrit is very difficult. You see, those who have Sanskrit or those who know Sanskrit, and they can ascertain from somebody Vedic Sanskrit is different from the Sanskrit we now read. These Bhagavad Gita Sanskrit, the Puranas, the Sanskrit therein is different from the Vedic Sanskrit. Well, to understand the Vedas, Brahmanas were written. They were simple and very comprehensive also. And then the last part of the Vedic age is Aranyaka, where or when the Upanishads were written. Well, I am speaking of the Brahmanas. One of the Brahmanas is Aitareya Brahman. And this Aitareya Brahman is one of the Rig Vedic Brahmanas. And I am going to narrate one of the episodes of the Aitareya Brahmana. Harishchandra, the king Harishchandra we know, was a man of charity, he was a king of charity. Anybody who came to him never returned empty handed, and he gave everything on charity. His son's name is Rohita. Once it so happened that Raja, the king Harishchandra, fell ill, and Rohit got the news. He wanted to attend his ailing father. When he was going to Harishchandra's palace, he was walking along, Rohit was walking along, and on the midway he felt tired. Then he thought some other time he could come and visit his ailing father, who was old. Therefore he decided going against and wanted to return. At that time, Indra, the king of heaven, in the guise of an old Brahmin, came to him, and in 5 slokas, 5 Sanskrit verses, wanted to inculcate in him the aim and goal and objective of walking. Here walking is taken symbolically as progress. One has to progress. And in 5 slokas, he wanted to convince Rohita that one should walk, one should be ready, one should be prepared for moving ahead. So these are the 5 slokas, or the verses in Sanskrit. In the first verse he says, Nana Srantaya Srirasti iti Rohita Susrama Papa Nusad Baro Janaha Indraucharatah Saka Charebeti Charebeti. O Rohit, a person who becomes easily tired cannot be a good person at all. One has to prepare himself or herself to move ahead. In spite of inconveniences, in spite of problems, troubles, if one is determined to move ahead, he can be called a good person, Supurush. So, you can move ahead. A person may have some other good qualities, but if he is unwilling to move ahead, those qualities or those good qualities can be of no use. So move ahead. Here they utter a word, they say a word, Charibeti. This is composed of 3 words, that is Sandhi Vichcheda, Chara, Eva, Iti. That means move ahead, progress, march ahead, surge ahead. Well, in the second verse or in the second shloka, he says, Puspinya charota janghe bhusmuratma phalagrahi seresya sarva papmanah sramena prapathe hataha. Charivati, charivati. This charivati is the refrain in every shloka. It is common in every verse. So here in the second shloka he says, you see Rohit, when a person moves ahead, progresses, his heart, his mind, his body, all they blossom like flowers. As the buds blossom into flowers, these also blossom. The heart, mind, body and everything. And when a man progresses in the path of progress, he doesn't or he won't have to face the consequences of his past deeds, if any. If he might have committed some crime, if he might have committed some sins, and he realizes it and moves ahead, he may not have to face the consequences of those bad things he has committed earlier. So, Charevati, move ahead. In the third shloka he says, Aste bhagavasina swadha tisthati tisthati sete nipadamanasya charati charato bhagaha Charevati, Charevati. Oh Rohit, there is nothing like destiny. There is nothing like fate. Nothing is predestined. Everything is a result of our karma, act. The man who is sleeping, his fate is also sleeping. A man who is awake, his fate is also in the same state. When a person is ready to walk, his fate is also like that. And when somebody moves already on the path of progress, his fate or destiny is also in the same path. So Charevati, Charevati, move ahead, march ahead. In the fourth verse of the shloka, it is said, Kali sayano bhavati sanjihanustu dvapara uttishtang strono bhavatu krutanglam padyate charan Charevati, Charevati. There are 4 yugas, 4 yugs, 4 ages, our scriptures say. Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali. The person who is sleeping, he is in Kali Yuga. Who has woken up from his slumber is in Dwapara. Who is ready to progress, move, he is in Treta. And the person who is already on the move, he is in Satya Yuga. So Charevati, Charevati, go ahead, move ahead. How beautifully, how wonderfully explained the significance of 4 ages. And in the last and final sloka or verse, he says, Charanmai madhubindati charan madhu mrudummaram surjasya pasya srevanang jonatandrayate charan Charevati, Charevati. O Rohita, you may ask, what is the result of this walk? What is the result of this progress? Why should I go on? The answer to that question will be this. If you go on like this, you will be going on like this till the end of your life. If you start progressing now, till the end of your life, you will never lie down, you will go on progressing. What better than this could you want to achieve in your life? This is this honey result of your working. Now look at the sun. Surjasya pasya srevanang. O Rohit, look at the sun. From the time immemorial, it has been rising in the east and setting in the west. Nobody knows for how many years it has been doing like this. But never for once it has complained of tiredness, exhaustion. Never the sun has asked for leave. So let the sun be our inspiration and let us move, go ahead, surge ahead, progress. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.